What's up guys, Willis here. We're checking out Girls Frontline 2 Exilium, the tactical gacha strategy game by Sunborn. Part 2 of their Corposant event is going live, bringing with it a bunch of new content and free stuff you don't want to miss. They're adding in Voymastina, the strongest second generation doll and one of the best in-slot DPS characters you can use in your physical base teams, with a generous 42 days worth of giveaways, including 55 free pulls, 11,000 collapse pieces, and a ton of free redeemable skins. There won't be a better time to get involved, especially if you're a new player. You'll also get the elite doll, Baltiled, guaranteed completely free. And if that's not enough, there are hours of rich storytelling with high quality CG animations to keep you immersed in the action. Now, before I tell you more, I wanted to give a shout out to Girls Frontline 2 Exilium for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the link in the video description to try the game out for completely free. So first off, for those who don't know what the game is about, it's a tactical grid-based strategy RPG that you can play on both mobile and PC. Features a stunning NPR art style and blends turn-based tactics with RPG elements. It's also got a robust gacha system, letting you pull for various different characters known as dolls to help you in battles. Each doll has an array of different skills and weaponry, and you'll be crafting the perfect team in order to defeat your enemies. When not in battle, you can view your collected dolls in full 3D within the refitting room. You can inspect your different weapons in the customizable 3D weapon system, as well as interact on a deeper level with your dolls in the dormitory. New players will be able to claim up to 120 free pulls by just logging in and completing the starter missions. Now that you've got the basic overview, let's take a look at the brand new doll in this update, Voymastina. There's a targeted procurement banner, which will let us focus in on getting her as quickly as possible. Okay, let's try the first 10 pull here, see if we can get her first try. Nope, doesn't look like it. That's a shame, but we do get a guaranteed pull of standard or higher. Right, looks like we got Groza. She's actually an OG, but not useful here. Let's see what we can get on our second pull here. Looks like it's just some weapons, unfortunately. But surely our third pull will be better. I'm going to start skipping the cutscene until we get to the yellow glow, just to speed things up a little bit. Nothing useful just yet. Number 4. Nope, just more weapons, which can be useful for leveling up. Good weapons as a resource, but obviously not what we want. Come on. Number 5. It looks like we got a legendary. Fingers crossed it's who we want. Nope, it's Sabrina. But that's fine. She's still nice to have. Another Groza just because, of course. Right, okay. 10th pull, and we have a legendary. Let's see if it's what we need. Let's go. We actually got her after 10 pulls. She's got this massive mech she rides around in, which looks absolutely nuts. Let's head to the refitting room to check her out. As I mentioned, she's an incredibly potent main DPS that excels in doing insane AoE physical damage, as well as a ton of stability damage, making cover less effective for your enemies. She also has a great off-turn support, with a bunch of passives that give her support actions, making her an absolute monster on the field. She's also got an exclusive elite weapon, the 6P71 assault rifle, which not only increases her critical hit damage, but its passive Pinnacle of Conflict, which increases her physical damage dealt and lets her ignore a large portion of the target defense. This lets her hit extra hard, which is exactly what you want from your DPS. I ended up pulling for this, as well as all the upgrades, so I can show you guys how potent this character can be at full strength. One other cool thing about this game is all of the different cutscenes you get for little things like when you boost your level in training. You get these cool training montage cutscenes, which I thought were a nice touch. Anyway, now that we have Voymastina fully kitted out with her special weapon, let's quickly talk about her segments. These are powerful buffs that you can get when you pull more than one of a doll. You can upgrade them up to 6 times, assuming you pull enough. Segments 2 and 3 are a good middle ground to aim for on this character because they really up her power, giving her ways to increase her damage further, as well as debuff enemies' defenses, which stack nicely with her weapon. On top of that, it also removes the trigger limit on her Wolf's Eye system ability, meaning anyone within 8 tiles of her doing anything is going to get blasted by one of her attacks. This also lets her damage enemies that spawn within this range, meaning you're going to be absolutely destroying anything that gets too close. If you manage to get her to segment 6, then she becomes absolutely broken. Getting a ton of good buffs like Venator, which increases her damage and critical damage, increased defense, and increased defense penetration, among other things. What's really good about Voymastina is she's a really key part to making a strong physical damage team, which are pretty beginner friendly because they don't require any complicated setups with the different elemental damage options in the game. This means you can get a really solid physical team going without much effort, and they're really highly flexible if you want to make changes to your build. Personally, I like Faye and Diane as a secondary DPS. Faye is really good at getting up close, rending enemies to make them take more physical damage, and grouping them up for AoEs, which works perfectly with Voymastina's abilities. Diane is a great single target damage dealer that benefits from attacking enemies that are exposed, which synergizes very well with Voymastina's large AoE damage output. For support, the obvious choice is Yuhi. She's one of the best supports for a physical team, cleansing allies of debuffs and lowering the physical defense of enemy targets, meaning you're going to be doing as much damage as possible. Honestly though, she's an absolute powerhouse on her own, so don't worry if you don't have all the characters I do, you'll still be able to do really well with whatever you have. We can also quickly check out her dormitory, and as you can see, she clearly lifts. What's not to like? This update also brings brand new outfits for Voymastina and Robella. Voymastina gets a whole secret agent look with a formal suit, making her look like she's about to assassinate a whole warehouse. Robella, though, gets an equally as elegant dress with a very ambitious V-cut at the front, as well as a frilly skirt to go along with it. What's cool about hers, though, is that it also has accessories that you can swap out in the dormitory, mixing and matching to make a unique look of your own. These aren't just for the dormitory, though, because you can use both in battle if you want your dolls to look a bit fancier out in the field. Both skins have a limited time discount, so make sure to pick them up if you don't want to miss out. As for the event itself, the Corposant event part 2 goes live on March 12th, and as soon as it drops, you'll be able to get Voymastina as well as the 2 outfits. There's also a new minigame called the Pathforger coming on the same day, which might remind you of a certain popular board game. You roll dice, moving around the board with the objective being to buy up different plots and develop them with buildings, with each doing different things. There are also different events that you can trigger as you traverse around the board, and the game ends once all of your dice get used up or someone goes bankrupt. Depending on how you do each of the different boards, you'll get rewards. Another minigame shopping spree, which will be available from March 19th. This is a simple side-scrolling minigame where you have to catch food ingredients to earn points while dodging the rotten food, which will end your run if you touch too many. Scoring high enough will once again give you a bunch of rewards. Over the course of the event, though, you can get a total of 55 pulls and 11k collapsed pieces, which can also be used for pulls, resulting in around 125 pulls in total, give or take. You'll also get elite dolls and an outfit for your commander completely for free. And there's a wealth of story and cutscenes to keep you busy with over 100,000 words in the script for this event alone. That's crazy. There's also a new web event to take part in for even more rewards, as well as plenty of content planned for the next 6 months. The devs are really going all out to bring us as much content as possible, and I can't wait to see what they have in store. But that's going to be it for the video today, guys. Definitely make sure to check out the game using the link down below. Again, it's probably the best time for you to jump in and catch up as a new player. I actually had a great time checking out the different characters and cutscenes in the game, but let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video, guys. This has been Willis, and peace. 時間通りですね。